Raw, uncut, and unfiltered macaroni. Big Tony Jones back at it. Midday Wednesday, y'all. Hopefully everybody's having a good day, man. You know what I'm saying? It's middle 12 o'clock. It was a little bit before 12. You know, people might be at work, you know what I'm saying, going to work in the afternoon. But you know, I got y'all covered. I got some smoke this afternoon. You know what I'm talking about? Hold on, make sure my monitors is good. Hold on, I gotta make sure my monitors is all good here. All right, I think I'm good in this one. I'm good in this one. Let me make sure my other monitor is good. Y'all give me a second, man. Make sure I'm good. Hold on. What the heck's going on here? Y'all give me a second. Go to the page. All right. Let me see here. Let me go check show my monitor is good. Y'all give me a second. Hold on. All right. So I don't know what's going on. I can't see myself on the next monitor here. All right. It's okay. We're gonna find out what's going on here. All right. So we gotta get down to some smoke here, man. We gotta get down to some tea, okay? I got Cameron interviewing Rico. All right. And it gets sticky because the last time he did the interview with the Punisher, boy, that set it off. You know what I'm saying? That set it off. And the comment section was blended. You know what I'm saying? We had people that were for what Cameron was saying as a journalist. And then we had some folks that was like, nah, we ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? They was not feeling it at all. You know what I mean? So Cameron back at it. All right. We gonna dive in and make sure my monitors is good. Make sure I'm straight. All right, we gonna get down to it. Let's get down to it.
It's in this nigga who's supposed to, Jane Doe supposed to be somebody's baby mother too, which we can't really get into, but that's somebody's baby mother. But this the
Jane Doe is, if y'all been keeping up with the Diddy case, Jane Doe is 50 Cent baby mom. Now, how ironic is it? All the time when 50 was getting that puffy, always trolling him and shit. If Diddy was an asshole, he would have put that girl on blast. Like all the trolling would have ended right there and then if Diddy was an asshole. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. If Diddy was that kind of guy, knowing that he had his baby moms doing them kind of activities, and man, that's a whole different story. That's a whole different sidebar.
the Jane Doe with Diddy, who's supposed to be the bitch. It's crazy, but we gonna bring in. The name is Rico, and we gonna interview him right now. Yo, Rico, what's up, baby? Fresh off trial.
Man, what's happening? I'm blessed, my dude. How you doing?
Shit, everything. And first of all, thank you for coming on the show. We really appreciate it, man. And we know a lot's been going on in the media and the news and all the publicity surrounding this trial. And I can imagine the last thing that you would think of that you would get subpoenaed to go talk about what you do in a federal court case. So I know all this is probably a lot for you the last few weeks.
Yeah, man, they caught me off guard. It's been a lot.
Yeah,
a lot for sure.
I can imagine. So listen, a lot of people just get clips off Instagram or what's going on the trial or social media or the Shade Room or Baller Alert or Hollywood or all the gossip pages. And they may not know initially what's going on. They're just taking bits and pieces. So let's kind of run this down. How did this initially happen? How did Puff and Jane Doe get in contact with you?
Okay, so Puffy's a dangerous individual, man. So Jane Doe was in free calls with this individual. All right, this is totally separate from Cassie. We're talking about Jane Doe. Jane Doe, again, that's 50 Cent baby mama. All right, she's kind of looking like she's Filipino or something like that. You know what I'm talking about? All I can say is, could you only imagine if Puffy would have ever put this shit out there? If I was Puffy, I would have put it out there. The way 50 was trolling Puffy all the goddamn time, if I was Puff Daddy, I'd have been like, man, I had your bitch in them free calls, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I would have went in. That's all I'm saying. I would have went in.
I work with the agency and they got contact with me through the agency.
Okay, what kind of agency is this?
Like a companion escort agency that also book like entertainers to dance for like bachelorette and birthday parties as well.
So the first time you met Puff and Jane Doe, where was this at exactly?
It was at the Edition in Hollywood.
Okay, and how did that go when you first arrived there? So they reached out through this company that you work for, just so I'm clear. You get booked. When you get there, are you thinking you going there to dance? Let's ask this question first. Is this what you do, or do you dance, or you also escort?
I dance, but with this agency, it's a lot of the time when they book, it's like a lady that wants to go to an event, or a couple and the husband wants you to dance for his wife or go out to an event and be with her.
Right.
Kind of like a companion escort agency.
Got you.
A lot of times it's bachelorette and birthdays.
So, because when I spoke to Sheree, he was saying that this isn't what he does. He just usually dances. This was kind of a first time thing. You usually be his bitches? That's kind of what you do anytime besides this?
No, it's mostly dancing.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was wondering. It's just mainly dancing. So explain.
Hey, yo, Cam trying to make sure that he's getting to the nitty gritty. We need to know, is this your job to be knocking Poontang? You know, or are you just an erotic dancer? Cameron laid the tracks. All right, because we gotta know. Are you just dancing? Or is it kind of like how the Punisher was? All right, because like they were going through Craigslist and all the classifieds to get people. So what I'm thinking is Puffy must have some kind of issues for him to go through all of this extent in order to intercourse a certain way. It's like, man, I don't know. That man got issues.
You get to the Edition. You get to the room. What happens when you get to the room? You go up the elevator, get to the room. Who opens the door or who's there? How does this initial first introduction go?
When I knock on the door, Puff opens the door at first.
Fuck out of here.
And I walk in.
Get the so did you know this though, or you just think that you're going for what you usually do?
I had to sign the NDA before I went there, so like they kind of told me it was a celebrity client.
Got you, but you didn't know it was going to be them.
No.
All right, so let's lay this out. You get there, Puff opens the door.
Clue.
Pardon me?
I had a clue.
Oh, you had a clue.
Like I had, yeah.
Got you. So you get there, Puff opens the door. How does that introduction go when you open the door and you see his Puff?
I just dap him off and I walk in and he asked me if I knew who he was and I was like, no. And he tells me his name and I'm like, I knew who he was, but I was just like, and he was like, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Bad Boys. And I was like, and he played some music. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's you. When he's like, well, look, let's go sit on the balcony.
Hey yo, he tried to play Puffy, and then Puffy's ego couldn't take the fact that he didn't know who he was. He was playing him. He was playing Puffy. You know what I'm saying? Family, he was playing Puffy. Puffy felt so insecure that he had to go play some music just to validate the fact that, yo, you don't know me, dog? You don't know Bad Boy? I think Rico did a good job. Yeah. You gotta play the field.
He played his own music to let you know he was, like he played Bad Boy music and shit. He started dancing and shit. He just played the music when he
just played the music. I was like, oh yeah.
All right, so play Puff a ill nigga got theme music. Yo, this is wild. Nigga. So he opens the door. You walk in, and y'all go chill for a second. You said?
Yeah, like I walk in the living room and there was like towels laying on the couch and the floor and shit. And I'm like, all right, this is interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on?
Right.
He's like, yeah, come sit in the back so I can tell you what's up.
Right.
And then we go to the little balcony or whatever. And he's just like asking me about my career and how long I've been with the agency and what I do.
Right.
And like we ran there for like 20 minutes. And he was like talking about he likes porn and he's at a point in his career where he likes to curate and make his own porn. And then he started bragging. He was like, I got a girl in sexy, you gonna love her. And then he tells her to come out.
Yo, yo, Cam sitting down like this with the glass like this on. Like he can't believe what the fuck he's hearing, dog. I don't know if this court case is more about the actual court case or are they just trying to humiliate Puffy. It just seems like they're just trying to humiliate the dog. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't want to see him. Like they trying to embarrass him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's a situation that happened with the liquor that he had with, I think the guy named Zazio, whatever the fuck the guy's name was. You can't bite the hand that feeds you. You know what I'm saying? So whatever issue that they had or Puffy thought that he was going to walk away from, nah, man. Somebody in the upper echelons don't like you and wants to make a point. I don't think Puffy's gonna be guilty of all the charges though. No, I can't see that happening, y'all.
And she comes out in like lingerie, and we just like chill and smoke for about 30 minutes. And he was like, "This is what I want to do. I want you to stand talking to her. I want her to stand at the end of the balcony." And like, it was like, "All right, she's in the bar. You walk in and y'all just meet." And he tells her action, and she just goes to like playing it, like, "Hey, how you doing? What's your name?" So I'm like, "All right, I'll just play the role, you know." And so, we do that for like 15 minutes.
Yeah. So get to the audition. Puff opens the door. He says, "You don't know who I am." You tell him no. He start playing bad boy music. Walk with you to
he say like 3 different names.
Diddy,
then start playing the music.
Yeah, then start playing the music because you like, whatever, I'm here for work. Then he sits down and tells you that he wants to curate a porn and then tell you what the porn scene is. So he's directing this fantasy, basically. So y'all was at a bar, and so technically in his brain, you just meet his shorty at a bar.
Yeah.
Got you. But he laid this out to you before Jane Doe came.
This some real role play. That's the shit that got Shannon Sharp into trouble. Y'all, man, y'all want to do this role playing shit? That's cool now, but you know, I mean, I ain't finna be throwing no bitch off the goddamn roof and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing all that though. You know what I mean? I'm not doing it. But this is quite interesting because Jane Doe was doing the exact same thing Cassie is doing. Jane Doe is doing it willingly. I still believe, parts of me believe, Cassie was a willing participant. Now, the one time he didn't beat her up, we saw, okay, cool. But she wasn't scared enough to cheat on a nigga. She was still doing her own thing with a whole bunch of other niggas. You know what I'm saying? She was not scared enough to leave, and she wasn't scared enough to cheat. That's all I'm saying.
Out.
No, he told me that, but when she came out, he like said what he wanted it to be while she was sitting right there next to him.
Right. And you was at the bar, so to explain that scenario, like how'd that go? Like you just, without getting detail, y'all really role played that for him?
We ran that for like 3 minutes, and I was like, this kind of weird. And she was like, "Well, what you want to do?" I was like, "Let me dance for you."
Right.
So we went in, and she was like, "Let me pick the 3 songs." She picked 3 songs she wanted to play.
Right.
And that's when we like, I'm wondering why the towel was. I was like, "What's all the towel was for?" And she was like, "You gonna see." So I start dancing, and she picks up the baby oil, and he's like instructing her what to sit, what to do, and telling her to say certain stuff, and she kind of just following his lead. And as I'm dancing, I take my shirt off, and she like starts to pour baby oil on me, and he's telling her like, "Put the baby oil down, just sit back," kind of instructing her as I'm dancing.
Right.
And he pulls his phone out as I'm dancing for her, and I'm like, "Don't record me."
Oh, he really trying to make a movie for real.
Yeah, don't record me. TZ, I like this guy. Hey, man, he's here for a job. Don't be recording my shit for your own personal entanglements or whatever y'all gonna do after with the footage. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a part of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But Puffy just should have been a porn director, man. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is Puffy's a porn director. And that's it. Puffy love porn. Hey, yo, I'm just saying, right? I don't understand why this man is still on trial for some of these shit. I think this is just a public embarrassment. They're just trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? Like humiliation rituals, what they try to call it. You know what I'm talking about?
So when you told him, so let me ask you this. When you told him, I want to get back to a couple things you said, but I want to stay here. When you told him don't record me, what's his reaction to that?
He was like, all right, cool. He just like put the phone down.
Right. But I seen somewhere where you said it was still a laptop up, possibly.
Yeah, there was a laptop on the table next to him.
Do you think he was recording on that secretly, or you told him to shut that down as well?
I went and closed the laptop. Like when he put the phone down, I went up and I pulled the laptop down like that.
Got you. I also seen where you made it clear to him, because just for our audience, you're not gay, and you made it clear to him that you didn't want to be touched by him at all, to where you're also an MMA fighter, for what I'm understanding, and you showed him 2 of your fights to let him know, don't play with me. Is that correct?
Yeah. It wasn't not me showing him that exactly for that reason, but he was curious about what I did, so I showed him the videos. And then she asked me, she was like, are you cool with doing the threesome? And I was like, no, I'm not cool with that.
Right.
And then never tried it.
Right. Was it any point during this, and we're staying on the first initial meeting, was there any point during this encounter with you and Jane Doe, did you think that Puff would try to join? Because when I spoke to Sheree about it, he said he couldn't get right because he kept thinking about Puff in his peripheral, trying to come in and trying to join, because he said Puff was...
The Sheree he's talking about, that's the Punisher. We did a video on that. If you get the time, go check it out. I gotta go check it out. Because that shit was exclusive. You know what I'm saying? The Punisher, yeah, he had some very interesting stuff to say. Rico, on the other hand, what I'm thinking about with Rico, he's very professional in his approach. Like he's not a sucker. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna continue. Let's see what Rico got to say.
Basically jerking off, watching him with Cassie. Did you worry about that when you were in there with Jane Doe?
No, and I always had her position to where I could see him.
Right. Was he jerking off, pause, while you was slamming his shorty?
Hey yo, paranoia at its finest, man. There's a man pacing up and down the room, man. I got my mind and my eye peripheral on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Puffy's a different kind of guy.
He had his shirt off and he was sitting with his pants on. He had his hands in his pants, playing with his shit.
Wow. It's crazy. And now, that's what I asked Sheree too,
A part of me feels like Cameron interviews these people because he wants the details so he could turn around and have one up on Puffy. Yo, he's getting these brothers to tell us everything. If y'all didn't get a chance, watch that video we did with the Punisher. Oh, that was serious.
I'm saying, baby oil, he said, was mandatory. Was baby oil mandatory when y'all was...
Yeah, I had to tell her. I was like, it's too much baby oil. Like that's enough. You know what I'm saying? With the baby oil shit. Like,
you got him.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we overdoing the whole baby oil thing.
Yeah, but like, what do you think that's about? Personally, like he just want to see everybody shiny. Like, what do you think? Why do you think that? What your personal opinion?
Honestly, I can't answer. Like,
right.
I like the girl to be wet when I'm having sex, but that shit right there is just a little overkill.
Right, I got you. I got you 100%. So, how many times did you actually meet up with Puff and Jane Doe?
Jane Doe.
Yeah.
Twice.
Okay. I was seeing a lot in her testimony that she was saying, and not necessarily with you, she was just saying throughout these acts that she felt obligated to do this. She felt like she was just doing this because Puff was paying her rent. She never felt comfortable. It was times that Puff would have engagements with her and somebody else and then go off with the current girlfriend that he had at the time. When y'all was together talking about you and Jane Doe, did it seem like she didn't want to be there at any particular time, or did it seem like she was enjoying herself?
It seemed like she was enjoying herself to me. Like, we was joked out, laughing, chilling at the same time, and it didn't seem like she was uncomfortable or felt forced at all to me.
Right. Did she orgasm?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it seemed like she wanted to be there. She did, not to get too...
Can't be asking the kind of question that the G's on the block want to know. The partners want to know. You think? I'm glad he asked that question though, because the Punisher, when his interview, how I see it, Cassie was a willing participant. She was enjoying herself. Same way with Jane Doe. That's why he asked the question. And it seemed like Jane Doe was a willing participant. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see Puffy getting convicted on all charges. You know what I mean? Domestic violence, yeah. The racketeering part, I don't know. Sex trafficking, nah, that could be, you know what I mean? It's a thin line right there.
Dude, is she a squirter?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So you felt it? Did you think the orgasm was fake, or she just was doing that to entertain Puff?
You never know.
Right.
You never know.
I got you, man. And like I said, it was a lot of things.
You never know. That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
That she said. Did you know about who she was? I know you said you knew who Puff was. Did you know who she was?
I didn't.
Right. Did you know that? Well, you didn't know who she was. Learning moving forward, did you realize that this is kind of what she does because she's been with other people? Like I said, I want to make sure I don't use the wrong words here, but you know, who possibly put it like this. I'll word it like this. She said in one of her testimony that Puff used to threaten her with videos and said he would send it to her baby's father. Did you realize who this was when the trial actually started?
I realized the weekend after I had the first encounter, because when I got the NDA and the agency let me know that it was a celebrity client, I have a friend that's with the agency as well.
Right.
And I told him, and he told me, he was like, it's Diddy. And I'm like, what? Like, why would you say that?
Right.
Because he's with the agency and he was booked with them a couple times. So when I first opened the door and seen him, I was like, damn, he's right.
Right.
So after the encounter, I managed shows like the same show Sheree manages. Right. I managed their show in New Orleans, in Las Vegas, in LA.
Right.
And he's in the show. And after the booking, I was at the show and I was like, I told him about the booking and he showed me the picture. He was like, was this her? And I was like, yeah, that was her. Right. And then he told me who it was.
Wow.
And then I was like, damn, that's when I realized.
Right. 100 fucking crazy. How far?
50 Cent's baby moms? God, see, 50 can never, ever troll Puffy ever again. Because he was controlling your baby mama. You know what I'm saying? He had her in all kind of freak offs and all kind of crazy shit, and she was enjoying it. Like, when she doesn't understand, I think she genuinely really liked the brother and genuinely enjoyed the activities. And probably enjoyed, you know, getting your rent paid for you too as well. You know what I'm saying?
Did these fantasies go? Like, I understand if, like you said, the encounter, but was it oral, anal? Like, was he directing y'all that far to shit that he wanted to see, or was it just regular sex with baby oil?
It was, she did give me oral, but it was pretty much regular sex with baby oil. Wasn't no like crazy shit.
But was he directing her throughout the whole encounter, Puff, I'm talking about?
Yeah, he'll tell her like switch positions, when she's doing oral, tell her stop and pour the baby oil or pour it on herself, or like say certain shit, and she would follow along.
Wow. Did it?
Yeah, Puffy's a director. He's guilty of directing porn. That's what Puffy is guilty of. I'm not trying to poke fun, but that's what he's guilty of. To me.
Semen anytime he would get jealous of what you guys were doing.
No, I didn't feel that. Yeah. But there was one time when she kind of caught an attitude with him when she was giving me oil. I was like, damn, she nice with it. And he said, yeah, she's one of the ones on my A team. Oh. And she was like, I am the team.
Oh, got you. So got you. Yeah, she, see, the thing, I mean, like I said, I don't want to get too much into it because of legal things, but
50 steps, you have to understand, this is all type of bad, man. This is all, but what I will give Puffy is this. I have to give Puffy this. You had the man, baby mama like that. He's trolling you all the goddamn time. You could end the whole shit right there. Oh shit, you could have embarrassed 50 Cent right there. Shots would have been fired. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm 50 Cent right now, you got to hold your corner.
What? Hold on, sorry, my earpiece came out. You could have been on the B team. I don't know what the problem. If you're on the A.
Shout out to Knight in the building. I appreciate you all the time, Knight. What he say? He was too busy looking at the dude, not the chick. Hey, yo, he can't focus. He can't focus. But now, in these scenarios, you got to ask yourself, like, why would you put yourself in these... You won't start looking like you're sideways.
Yeah, you could have been on the B and C team, P. You feel me? I don't really get it what the problem is, but yeah, man, this is crazy. How much was you getting paid for this shit?
The initial booking was 2, but I got 5.
Okay, each time?
Yeah.
Okay. Did she ever try to reach out to you after you guys all did what y'all did? By herself?
Through the agency. No.
Okay, never personal. Okay, cool, man.
Never personal.
Got you. Yo, P, you got something to ask? So I'm up here with my co-hosts as well. You have any questions for
It's through the agency. So technically, nothing that he's doing is illegal. He's paying for a service. Right? And the last time the last thing he did with the Punisher is the same thing. These are professionals in the industry that they're in. You understand? So from a legal standpoint, all right, I'll give Puffy that. From a moral standpoint, I think Puffy's messed up.
Rico, thank you as well, man. We gonna
Rico,
couple more minutes and we're gonna get you out of here.
Yo, Rico, what's up, my G?
What's happening, bro?
Let me ask you a question. I know you gave him your dance name was Rico, so when you got subpoenaed and all that, how did they able to contact you and get your real name?
Oh, they never got my real name.
No, I know them, but for you to get subpoenaed.
But basically, we talked about it earlier just so he understood, even in the transcripts, it's not his name.
All right, copy. All right. Second question. You said you was just there to dance, so when you was approached to have and reenact this, was that your first time? Or you've done it before already? Or you just danced all the time?
I danced all the time.
All right. That's it.
Larry?
So how you doing, brother? So my thing is, I noticed the other guy.
So that's his first time. I question any. See, even when the Punisher was talking, I question any dude. You're trying to have intercourse with this lady, and a dude's in the room pacing back and forth, doing whatever he's doing. I'm not putting myself in that situation. And I'd say you're straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, not all money is good money. That's where I'm going with this. These individuals want the money. I mean, hey, man, if you want to be a dancer, women dance too, I'm not judging. I'm not judging how you make your money. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, for Diddy's situation, man, this is like, yo, he might be spending the rest of his life in jail over the fact that you can't control your urges.
Ray, I think that's his name. He was booked like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Why do you think that you were only booked for the 2 days, right? The 2 times. And why do you, Sharice only talked about his fee was only $2,000. Do you have different fees that you guys set or?
There's a fee, like the $2,000 is for the time. But then if like they wanted to do extra, then it's on you to be like, it's going to be this much for if we're doing extra. Cause I'm there to just dance and date. You see what I'm saying? Or like going for an experience. But if they trying to do all that, then you can be like, this is my fee. Cause it goes by time. So instead of, if it's.
So my thing, there's people out there that pay for companionship, that pay for somebody else just to take you on a date. I didn't know all this type of stuff existed, man. I had no idea that. I mean, nobody wants to be alone. I get that. Nobody wants to be by themselves. But do you really want to put yourself out there like that, just so you're not lonely? I think you're better off loving yourself before putting yourself in a situation like that.
2,000 for 4 hours. If y'all trying to do something extra, then it's gonna be 5 type situation.
So
dance at discretion.
Did you feel some kind of way because, like I said, Sheree was booked over it sounded like a 6-month period. and then and he didn't sound like he gave any resistance to Puff, but it sounds like you were like, "Yo, don't film me." And do you think that was maybe why you weren't brought back, or and because it sounds like you guys were all in communication? And then I also read that there was a situation here in Vegas that she saw, and I believe Jane Doe saw you, and then with some other celebrity. Is that the? I mean, everyone's speculating about who the other rapper was. Was that you, the other rapper, with you and the other rapper, and in that whole situation as well?
No.
No.
Yeah, I was confused about
that.
No. There was a report. I read a report that said that I think it was you, and that Diddy was upset because he saw you out here in Vegas with another freak off with another rapper, and she saw you, and that he went through her phone and saw that. That's what I'm asking. So that wasn't you then.
What I'm asking you, Larry, is what you read some shit that Puff was jealous that he was with somebody else?
I read that he went through the phone.
I don't know, man. I think listen to the situation. Cassie and 50 Cent baby moms, they both kind of have some kind of thinking that you try to like, because remember, Puffy's paying for their rent. Puffy's paying for their lifestyle. So in return, they're giving up the poo-tang. You see what I'm saying? Hey, man, to each his own how you want to get it, man. To each his own. I'm not here to judge that, right? But I think that's the point he's trying to get at is that, yo, this is more than, what it seems. It seems like it's a lifestyle they're living. You know what I'm saying? Like a swinger lifestyle.
To contact him, and then he saw that there was communication.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I'm saying. Was that you or that it must be someone else, because they said he was out here in Vegas with another celebrity, and he was upset because he was saying, why were you going to the freak offs with, and then, I assumed it was you, that the way they made it sound, it was you.
That's sure Jane Doe all over the fucking place. She's fucking everywhere. But
I dance for celebrities, but
yeah. But I come to the conclusion with Jane Doe is this, man. This is what she do. And I don't want to say too much because she's basically saying in her transcript that she did it for her rent to get paid, or she did it, she never felt like she wanted to do this. And that's why I really wanted to bring Rico up here to get his point of view to seem like if it was forced, because,
We got a comment in the comic section tonight, always on roll call. Look, Puff knew her first. He put her on. Oh, I didn't know that. She just supposed to sleep with 50, but got pregnant. Oh, see, I didn't know that tea. Okay, now I got the tea. Now I understand. All right, okay. So Puffy had her first. So technically, 50 can't really say anything in the situation. You got her pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And so it is what it is. But now it makes sense. Knight, I appreciate you all the time, man, because I had no idea. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to figure out why and how this happened. You know what I mean?
I want to be insensitive to the situation as well. But that's what that's why I'm being very cautious on how I approach the situation. But to make a long story short, this is about his experience. And he's saying that the times he was there, she did not feel forced, which was really what I wanted to get down to.
Yeah, I didn't catch that vibe.
Right, exactly. Yo, Reek, man, I really, really appreciate you coming on, bro. You always welcome on the show anytime you want to come up, bro. And like I said, thanks for taking the time to come up here. We appreciate you on Talk with Flea.
Likewise, my dude. Y'all stay blessed.
All right, much love.
Hey. Okay. Another interview down. I think Cameron has a way of asking the questions, to see what the character of the woman's like. You know what I'm saying? She was dumb. She was doped up high. Oh, I mean, I seen a video on that. Or I think I might have read it. I might have made a video. And they was doing all kinds. They was getting all kind of high. That lady was getting high all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she enjoyed what she was doing. You get what I'm saying? Now, if Puffy had her first, 50 can't act like he didn't know she had she had a little character to her. You get what I'm saying? But from what we could see, she was doped up high. Okay, so was Cassie. You know what I'm saying? So was Cassie. She had no feelings that the purpose of the drugs. Facts. So now she's numb to the fact. her mind, body, and soul is numb to the fact. You get what I'm saying? And that goes for Cassie too, I have to say too, because Cassie was high as well. You see what I'm saying? But if we're talking about 50 Cent's baby moms, yeah, I read for sure that she enjoyed, like she got high so much that I think she thought that she enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? Like she was like coerced in that sense. You get what I'm saying? But it is a touchy subject because Puffy's in jail, could be going to jail for a long time, and they got to prove that. To me personally, for the Jane Doe and for Cassie, I don't know how to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how to trick it. Because once drugs is involved, the person's not thinking correctly no more. You know what I'm saying? The person's not thinking correctly no more, right? That's why they able to sleep with all them men. Cassie, that's facts. That's the only way they're gonna be able to deal with it, right? Not even to deal with it, to physically handle it. You know what I'm saying, Knight? To physically handle it. That's the only way. They gotta be doped up. They gotta be high. They gotta be out of their mind frame. You get what I'm saying? Now, to me, now that person becomes dependent on you, so now you're like the drug dealer. That's immorally wrong, if you ask my opinion. So that's where Puffy could stand to have issues because you're feeding them these drugs to keep them immobilized, to keep them in a corner, to keep them coming back. You get what I'm saying? Right? So, unfortunately, it can go both ways, right? Because it's still a part of sex trafficking. Yes, it is. We cannot deny that. You get what I'm saying? But I have to give Cameron the respect because Cameron asked the questions that people don't want to ask so that we can get to the nitty gritty. You know what I mean? The uncomfortable questions. You know what I'm talking about? But it's 12:30. I got to get up out of here. But we're going to be back at 9 p.m. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out tonight. I appreciate you all the time. New Jersey, stand up. It's nothing but love. Everybody that tuned in, you know what I'm talking about? Hit the like button, smash up the subscribe button, and we're going to be back at it tonight, 9 p.m. Big news. What's the cause being sued? Tyler Perry. We're going to get into Tyler Perry being sued, $200 million lawsuit. We're going to crack the code and get down into it. So I'm going to see y'all tonight at 9. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Night, nothing but love. I appreciate you. And as always, let me know what country, what state, what province, what street corner, what penthouse in the sky you checking in from. Because we worldwide, baby. And it's nothing but love.